There's nothing that prepares you really and truly. You can read all the books that you want, but nothing truly prepares you for motherhood. And as I talk about self compassion, I also want to just, I think compassion and surrender would be such a great way for us to look at each other as well. And women in all roles, whether they are mothers or not mothers, whatever a woman is on at the phase of their life, the journey that they're on, it's not easy. And so there's so much judgment and bias and shaming. And could we just at least bring awareness to that in our own minds? Like, I am totally judging this other human for some choice that they have made in life. I think that creating non-judgmental awareness is one of the highest form of self-compassion and compassion towards others. And if you were all to just hold mindfulness and surrender for a minute, what a powerful way to generate just kindness all around. I've had people shame me for many decisions that I made in motherhood. And I think that they added in a moment where I was already beating myself up. There were other people that were being well meaning. They were giving me well meaning advice that I did not ask for. They were shoving it at me, not knowing I'm struggling so much mentally. And so I never give advice. I only try to ask other humans, like, how can I help them when they're entering motherhood or in that postpartum period? An example would be like, I really struggled with breastfeeding. Like, when I say struggle, we talk struggle. And when we talk about, lactation consultants to all the things on earth, like, it was a struggle both times for different reasons. And I am a smart, driven, competent, resourceful woman. You bet I tried my best. And now I can say this so many years down the road with conviction. But when I was so like sleep deprived, working full time in primary care, having postpartum depression, I did not need the judgment that other people were giving me. I still exclusively pumped for as long as I could. I tried to do the best I could, but I just felt so diminished and so judged by other humans. And I also have so much compassion towards them because I am sure there was somebody else who did this to them. To have that level of like moral conviction that what you are doing is wrong and what I am doing is the right way to parent and mother, girl, there must be something that has happened to you, is what I would say. And that's how I hold compassion for them. I really don't want to stay in the space of resentment, but I will also not gaslight myself because there was this big agenda, and that was a really big part of me being so deep and dark into postpartum depression and inadequacy. Like, this is something natural that happens to you, and I can't do this. Why can't you do this, Amna? Why can't you do this when everyone around you is doing it just fine? That's how like I beat myself up so much in that moment on this one specific element and aspect of motherhood. And believe me, I was trying. So, for anybody listening who is not aware of the way that they're engaging in mom shaming, maybe it's also the tons of reels that you've sent some other person with the reel is shrouded in advice. When you're sending them Instagram reels and TikTok reels on like motherhood and parenting, have you paused to ask the person what they need, what would actually be helpful? I think that's a great way to stop our trauma transfer when it comes to motherhood. And then also a way to create awareness surrounding the judgment that we have towards women in medicine, towards working women, towards stay at home moms. I don't care who you are, but as a woman, everyone has their own layer of questions that they have to answer, and shame and guilt and cultural expectations that they have to deal with. I am giving specific examples of my culture because I don't pretend to know everybody else's. But yeah, could we just take a breath and just step away?
It's so powerful just taking a breath with you. The It's so interesting because for physicians, you're expected to be that expert, to be in that fixing and advice role. And when we do that to each other, like you mentioned, there's no discernment, first of all, or the awareness of the discernment of when it's appropriate or not. And like you said, in terms of that trauma, or just treating with kindness, is just meeting someone where they're at. You had said, what do you need right now? Or could someone just listen to you with without judging you, and having that psychological safety actually happen by not giving advice, which could be triggering.
100%.